So validation is about ensuring that the requirements support the business needs. Have we got the right set of requirements? So it's like the difference between getting things right and doing the things right and doing the right thing. So this is about doing the right thing. Validation is doing the right thing, whereas verification is doing things right. So you've got perfect, everything is good, accurate, everything is correct, complete, everything is fantastic with the requirements, the captured, communicated, well specified, all that, that's fine. But are we working on the right set of requirements? Have you prioritized the requirements? Have you got the right requirements to be worked on for the next sprint or the next iteration? That's what is important. And how can you say that you've got the right ones or wrong ones is based on the factor that it should deliver the business value. It may be fantastic technological marvel, and it has got all things that makes it a fantastic looking, great looking website and all that stuff. But is it of any value or not in the first place? What is it value that the end users are getting out of this? What are the customers getting out of this? If they're not getting any value, then sorry, I'm afraid it might be a fantastic looking product or a great technological marvel, still it doesn't deliver because there's no business value. So that's how we need to validate the requirements. So it is as we discussed, verification, validation are all continuous processes. It's not happening in just one place and one time. They are the continuous process, and that's why even in agile context we say continuous um, continuous development, continuous integration, and continuous delivery. So that's the mantra for agile success. So you need to continuously do this, kind of engage in these activities so that you are delivering business value. And when you say business value, it's all about the stakeholders' perspective of how they would achieve that. What is their vision? Are we able to meet the vision of our stakeholders? What is the proposed solution to be the to be situation? Are we able to meet it the way we initially thought about? And the inputs for these are the requirements, so which are specified, they're modeled, and also perhaps even the verified requirements as well. All of that are going to be the input for this. By this time, we've got the verified requirements as well. So what does validate requirements really entail? It means that we need to have the business objectives in place and align these requirements with the business objectives, the vision, the mission, the goals, the strategy, and everything that would be. So there should be a complete alignment with what we have got now as a product requirement to what the business has got as its vision, as its strategic objective. So we need to be very conscious of that. And then we also need to look at the future state description in terms of what is a to be solution, what is the overall the scope that we have set out for initially, the potential value, what is the value that we're going to deliver to the business, to the customers, to the users, to the stakeholders. Very important again as a kind of a yardstick for us to measure and assess whether requirements are fulfilling those values that we have initially identified. Solution scope, again, very important. Whether is it whatever we're trying to do, is it in the right direction, is it in the box or not, or are we doing something that is completely out of the box, out of the context? Then we might have to kind of ignore that and again look at and focus our energies to deliver what is within the horizons, what is within the scope of our proposed solution. And the output for this is obviously the validated requirements. By this time, by the end of this activity, we would have the validated requirements as the output, which would then again go into as inputs into the defining of the design options. So once the requirements are verified, validated, traced, prioritized, and blah, 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 that means that they're in a good shape. Now we're going to the design and the architecture of that. So measure the solution performance, make sure that we are going in the right direction, assess what are the parameters that we need to consider. So this is essentially what a validation requirements input output diagram